We're going to multiply complex numbers here. So first, we're going to distribute. Use the I as if it is a variable. So -4 times 6 is -24. So we have -24i. And then a minus, because -4 times 3 is a -12. And then we have I squared. So there's a couple of things about the imaginary numbers. I is equal to the square root of -1. And if we square that, we get negative square root of -1 squared, which is just equal to -1. So I, we just write as I squared is -1. I cubed is I squared times I, which is -I, and then I to the 4th is equal to I squared times I squared, which is equal to -1 times -1 is +1. That's a lot of information for this topic. You don't need all of it. You just need to know for this one, we just need to know that I squared is equal to -1. So we have -24i minus 12, and I squared is equal to -1. So -24i plus 12. When we write complex numbers, we want the real part first and the imaginary part last. This is in the form a plus bi. So we shall type that in. We have, let's see, 12 minus 24i. And let's do some more practice. We are multiplying these together. We can use FOIL. So let's do, I gotta get my drawing tool, FOIL. That's how you do it. So we have a -6 times a -4 is a positive 24. The outside is a -6 times an I, which is -6i. The inside is a 5i times -4, and that is a -20i. And the last is 5i times a positive I, which is 5i squared. These two are like terms, and they will combine together to get a -26i. So we have 24 minus 26i plus 5, and we have that I squared there, which we know is -1. So we have 24 minus 5, that's a -5. I probably shouldn't underline it though, right? Okay, so 24 minus 5 is 19, and we're left with 19 minus 26i. P.S. if you're using the calculators, you can do this on your calculator. You just have to go into mode and change it from real to a plus bi. And at least the TI-84s, the I is the second period. So above the period on your calculator is the I. So if you change in the mode of your calculator to complex numbers, you can actually type this in exactly how it's written using parentheses and everything, and we'll times it for you. But let's go ahead and do this the long way with FOIL. Our first is 1 times 3, which is 3. Outside is -i times -2i, which is no, that was last. Wait a minute. We're doing outside. So it would be 1 times -2i, which is a -2i. The inside is -i times +3, which is a -3i. And the last is negative I times negative 2I, which is a positive 2I squared. Gotta watch those signs. So negative 2 minus 3 is a negative 5I. And 2I squared is negative 2 because I squared is a negative 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. So we have 1 minus 5I. And that's the end of the lesson.